Hello everyone, it's Della DuLac. Today I'm going to share with you a few samples that I did with the March 2025 paper pumpkin called Daisy Daydreams. This is such a beautiful kit. I know I say that a lot, but this one really is pretty. I didn't do a whole lot with it because it is just beautiful the way that it is. So here are the cards that come in the kit. This one, I love this one. I just left it that as is. I think I changed the greeting though. So we will pull those out. I love the envelopes. I love it when they do the prints on the outside of the envelopes instead of just in the liner. That way it's really pretty on the outside. And there's 3 different designs. So pretty. Sometimes I cut up the envelopes to use them on my cards, but not usually, especially when they have beautiful prints on the outside, so why would you cut those up? Alright, let's pull out a few of these pieces. These are the stamp sets that come in this kit. Very cute. And it comes with the Lost Lagoon ink spot. Let's pull all of this out of the box. Get rid of that. Okay, so here are the card bases. This one is really pretty. I did cut this one apart to make 2 cards out of it. And this one is just the print, the Lost Lagoon on one side and white on the other. And then this one, it's a little bit hard to tell, but it's just a very pale yellow. It looks kind of white here, but it's a pale yellow. I just left that one as well. Here are the little pieces that come with this card. So for this one, when you do this card right here, you pop this one out. So we're going to use this on a card, and then you have this one, and then the little green circle that goes underneath there. So that's this one, and then you get all of these beautiful little die cut pieces that come out. So you pop out all of your little daisy pieces. So on this card here, you use both of these, but I only used one, so I can get 2 cards out of this. And then this one, you have all of these little daisies that you layer up, or that you're supposed to layer up, on top of this to get a little bit more dimension for your card. But it's so pretty the way that it is. I didn't put all of them on there. I only did one. We'll get to that one in just a second. So here's that first card. I left it alone. It was just so pretty the way that it is in the brochure. Actually, I did leave that. I did it just the way that it is here. Did not change it up, except I, of course, used my little bee on the inside of my card. I love doing stuff on the inside. And then I also used my Wink of Stella, and I glittered everything up. Well, not the whole thing, but the little centers of the flowers. You can see a little bit of a shimmer. There it goes. And the bees, of course. Definitely want to add these to your orders when you place those. Those are great to have on hand. Anything that looks like it just needs a little pizzazz, the Wink of Stella is your best friend. Okay, so here is this card here, and like I said, I did cut that apart. So this one. So I cut that apart so I could get 2 cards out of it. This one I just trimmed down just a little, like a 1/4 of an inch all the way around, so I could put that on my card base. And then when you have these down here, will give you the colors that they use in this kit. So this one is, they have basic black, crumb cake, crushed curry, lemon lime twist, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Soft Seafoam, and Very Vanilla. So I've used a few of those. I've got the Mossy Meadow card base for this one, and then I did that fun fold like that for my card front, and of course a little bee for the inside of my card. Super cute. And so with the back side of that card, I did this one and the little circle that you punch out of this first card, and I combined that with a couple of the flowers, so you can kind of pull out your pieces a little bit and use them a little bit more. So you can use it the way that is like this. It had just a little bit of that print, you can use that in there. I did flip mine over and just stamped a couple of the little honeycomb. Pulled out just, some scraps. I have a little box here that I have my little strips from cutting all of my mats, and I will use those on my cards, and sometimes they're various widths, and then I'll put those on just to add just a little bit of color. And then of course the bees on the inside. Same kind of thing with here. So this one, instead of using both of those pretty little daisy chains or whatever you want to call those, I just did one of those and then took one of the big flowers to add to it. And then of course a wide strip of color. I took some Lost Lagoon, the Lost Lagoon cardstock that comes in here. I didn't cut it apart, I just left it whole. And then stamped some bees on the inside of it, with some Lost Lagoon honeycomb in the background and a stamped bee on the front. And of course I did the wink of Stella on my bees and the centers of my flowers. So I did change that one up quite a bit. And then I had a few more flowers left over. So this is kind of the illusion that there's a stem here. It's not really supposed to be a stem. I did use one of my skinny strips, so it just kind of gives that illusion of stem. I kind of like that. And then of course the little stamped honeycomb and one of the punch out ones, a couple stamped bees. And this one I did on the lemon on black. And then of course little bees and a honeycomb on the inside. Super cute. And then when you're all done with your parts and you just have your little stamps left over, this is super cute, quick. I just stamped some background. I had a little bit of strip of color there with some bees on it, and then of course a little bee on the inside. Super quick cards for this one. I'm sure there's lots more things you could do with this kit. I hope I've got you started thinking about what you would like to do with your kits. Let me know which one was your favorite and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to click that bell button so you don't miss a video, and have a great day.